What is going on, good people? What's going on? How's it going? Right before I got ready to end the intro, I was pulling my mic together and I was like, yo, like what is going on with my mic? Like why is it why is it not in the right position? And then my cord was too short. But anyways, man, we got everything situated. We got everything figured out and we here. We are here. What's going on, Super TA? I see you over there in the chat. Ted Rogers, what's happening? What's happening? Hit that like button. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. Hit that like and subscribe button, y'all. I appreciate you. Um, we gonna get ready to get some good information and stuff going on. Uh, no particular topic here tonight other than give y'all some lawn updates, let you know what's going on, and we're gonna talk about some fall prep. That's gonna be the topic. We're gonna talk about some fall prep, some stuff that's going on right now. Make sure y'all are getting ready, and it's that time of year. Is fall here already? Here in Maryland, it feels like it's fall already, and my front yard drops, or the trees that's in my front yard that the city planted, they drop their leaves and stuff early and they are already dropping. Like I swept up my first leaves and cleaned up my first leaves this past weekend in the front yard because like I said, they typically drop first and yes, I'm already cleaning up leaves. So typically, I mean, if you're aiming for that Labor Day type seeding time frame, you ain't got that long. You got a couple more weeks, and it's time for you to be able to get there. Yeah, man, it's that time of year. Any more Elm Street Elite at Newsom? They should have some. I got to check in with them because it has been moving. Like the seed has been moving, and we may be waiting on new crop. We may be out of the crop from last year, and we may be waiting on new crop. So I got to check in with them. I know we were starting to run low, so I would give them a call, upper 1 5 or upper 510. uh, I'd give them a call first. Give them a call first. Make sure they got it um, before you go up there, because I know that was the current situation. We were because it was moving. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for all the purchases. I appreciate y'all for supporting. Um, and with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump into the first thing. Hold on, Super TA, what you got? Social media. Oh yeah, love some Bermuda. Need some next year if I can point you in the right direction. I got you. There's a couple of places I know, and there may be a place in Jersey that might be able to get you some. Yeah, just hit me up. Just hit me up when you're ready. I can kind of steer you in the right direction. And like I said, I made the one video that was pretty comprehensive of everything that I did. And I know you're dealing with probably about 2,000 square feet, so not too big. And you can really follow like that same process, bro. Like there's not a lot of difference in what I did and probably what you're gonna have to do because I know you were cool season before with the Pro Vista back there, and ooh, but that Pro Vista is holy water resistant, right? Like it holy water won't kill it. Um, huh, that's interesting. And I think I'm right on that. I don't think well what's gonna kill your Provista? I don't that is interesting. I just thought about that as I was walking through it and talking about it. I don't know how you get rid of your Provista that you've got back there. That's a good one. Um yeah. Uh Okay, you're doing your side lawn. Okay, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Um, all right, Ted Rogers. I see you got a big project going. Woo, 25K. Planting a Harley rake and seed in 3 weeks. Oh man, that is cool. You got a lot. You got a big project. You got a big project. You over half acre on that one. Over half acre on that. So, hey man, it seems like you down the right path, and you hey get it done, man. You already sprayed it out. So yeah, man, you up and going. Super TA, not true. Okay, well, that makes it something a lot more simple. Then, if you can, hey, put some holy water on there, hey, get that thing knocked out of there. Come next spring, and just wait until it wakes up and it's up and actively growing, and then you can go ahead, spray that out, get it up out of there, and that Bermuda, man, is. We gonna talk about it. I'm gonna show y'all what mine is looking like right now because I went out there and got a cut on it this evening, and man, it is looking good. Man, it is looking good. We just need it. Just needs time at this point. It just needs time, temperature, and sunlight. That's all it needs for the rest of this year, and then next year I need to get into. Um, I need to get into some sand leveling and get it spick and span like I want it. Like just get it right there, nice and level, because it's got like a little roll in it. It had it before, but it seems like after this renovation, it seems like the little roll has gotten a little worse than what it was before. So I need to fix that. It's not that it's making it cut very uneven. It's just that I can kind of feel that roll in, and if it stays smooth like it is, I just want to get rid of some of it because it seems to be causing it to hold water in certain areas. So I want to kind of get that addressed and get that fixed. So let's go ahead and jump into some housekeeping as we've talked about a couple of things already. And we're going to go ahead and get going on just a couple of things here that we're going to talk about. So boom, get that going. And yeah, let's get into it. So, right now, this time of year, it is fall prep. So, fall prep, we have two items that you all can purchase. They are there for you. You want to know what I'm going to be putting on my yard and what I'm going to be doing in my yard. Here's what it is. I will be going down with the FeNiX fertilizer. So the FeNiX is available for you to be able to purchase, and I will be going down with the Elm Street Elite. The Elm Street Elite is also available. Like I said, I was talking about it earlier. We are starting to run low on the crop, so we're gonna have to wait until when it does run out, and hopefully y'all buy it up and we're out of stock, and we'll have to wait on the new crop to get delivered. And once that comes in, we'll be able to mix some more up and be able to get it out there to you. So if you are interested in it, make sure you're reaching out to Newsome, getting those orders in because I know we're starting to run low on the stock. So just make sure you're going ahead and getting out there and getting it. So those are the two things. So if you are interested in FeNiX, if you have not heard about FeNiX, just to let you know what's the hype all about? What is FeNiX? What is going on? So it's 120 SGN fertilizer, and that is a homogeneous prill, which means that you get every one of the nutrients in every single granular in the bag. So it is not a blended mix. You'll get a homogeneous prill from a nitrogen standpoint. You get three nitrogen sources that are in there. Get some good AMS in there, urea, and nitrate. So that nitrate is going to be a quick release. Well, all of these are fairly quick release, but that nitrate is going to give you that quick response. Like we've been seeing response times within 48 to 72 hours of application. You can see a difference. And one of the things is I've been running all FeNiX on the Bermuda test plot grow in with the iron cutter, and especially on this last application, within 48 hours of that app, watered it in. Then we got some good rain shortly thereafter. Not a whole lot, but just a decent rain. I think it was like less than a quarter inch of rain, but I got it watered in, and that FeNiX went to work within a solid 48, between 48 and 72 hours. I was definitely seeing a response from that application, which is why we set it up that way. So you can get the quick release in there, the quick response, but then you also get the longevity. And these nitrogen sources are just readily, a lot of both of them are readily available to the plant with that nitrate and the AMS. So we all know what urea does. Urea does what urea does. Nothing there. And then we also got some biochar in there for a lot of your soil as a soil amendment. So you get that. One of the things that we wanted to make sure is that we had a homogeneous prill and a small SGN on the prill size, which gives you more control, gives you better coverage of that application as you start to put it down. So looking for FeNiX, here's the website here. It'll also be linked down in the description, HudsonStarMowers.com /products/FeNiX is where you can find that fertilizer. So if you wanted to know what a homogeneous prill is and what it looks like, this is what you get when you get that FeNiX. This is what you get when you get the FeNiX. It is one of those fertilizers that just spreads really good, spreads really even, and it works. And it works. So we've definitely been satisfied with the product here that we've gotten out of this. So if you are interested, make sure you're placing your orders on that. You can get this one online, and you can go pick that up. The last blend that we had for the Elm Street Elite, you can see that we've got 3 tall fescue sources in there. Great germination on all of those, and we also have 3 cultivars of Kentucky bluegrass in the Elm Street Elite. You can see 0 other crop, 0 weed seed, and just some inert matter in there. Of course, it's less than 1%. So looking at that, you are getting 99% grass seed, like actually more than 99% grass seed. Not stuff in the bag with a whole lot of other stuff in there. You are getting quality grass seed when you purchase that Elm Street Elite grass blend. So I've seen a lot of y'all have been using it. Y'all have gotten great results out of it. And I can tell that y'all are still purchasing it and still buying it up. So continue to do that. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate the support. So if you are looking for that, you can contact Newsome Seed. I am working on getting a website for this to be able to get both of these purchased together. I've actually got somebody that's trying to help design me a website and Shopify and all of that stuff. To be honest, I don't have time to deal with that. So I am investing in trying to get somebody to design all of that and get all of that stuff set up for me. Because I know y'all have been asking for it, and like, where can I get a link? Let me get a link. Let me get a link. I understand the ease of being able to do that, but you can also just click an email, shoot the email to Alan. That team over there is great. They will take care of you really quick, really expedited, and make sure that you're all taken care of. So I am working on being able to get a website and a link set up for you all to be able to purchase that online. Just bear with me. But until then, you've got the contact information right here for you to be able to go out and make those purchases. All right, so let's jump into a quick little update on the lawn. Well, before I do that, there's a couple questions that I know I saw come in over here, or comments. Let me check those out real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. Ted Rogers, looked like you had a good year. It's good, man. I'm glad to see people. Um, I'm glad to see people having good years. My year's been a little mediocre, to be honest with you. Like it's just been a mediocre year for me. I've had some challenges here and there. Got caught off guard a little bit early in the season and with my fungicides, and I've kind of been playing catch up ever since. But hey, it just is what it is. Uh, Provista's overrated. It can be smoked fairly easy. All right, there you go, Super TA. Cool. I don't have any experience with it, so enlighten me. Let me know. Like I don't have any experience with it. I haven't read up on it very much at all either. What zone am I in? 7A, 7B, depending on what they changed them up. 7A, 7B is kind of where I'm at. Still transition zone in the Maryland area right now, so that's where I'm at. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. Smash that like button. Yes, sir. I appreciate that, sir. Make sure the way that FeNiX is hard to see coming out. You can't beat the results. There you go, Mark. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, like that's one of the things that I do recommend doing anyways with fertilizer. That's my method of approach is being able to weigh it out and make sure you're getting a proper application down. Um, but yeah, Mark, and that was one of the things that we battled. I think we talked about it when we released it. Is we wanted to make it more visible, but with the biochar in there, it ended up being black essentially with the source of biochar that we had in there. So it does make it hard to see when it's coming out. 100% on that. That is one of the downsides, but the results are there. We're it was a product that we had a feeling would perform well. We started running it through our testing, and indeed it did. Indeed it did. When it comes to FeNiX, yes, I'm pretty sure we're probably talking about the same guy, but yes, a guy did have his hands in it. That yes, we did work with a guy. Um, yes. There's not many guys that most of us know on YouTube that has their hands in manufacturing fertilizer, but pretty sure we're probably talking about the same guy. Boom, boom, boom. All right, cool. I got everything caught up over there in the chat. So looking at where we are from an update, this is the Bermuda grow in that I did. That is, I think I just calculated it. I think it is 37 days old. Um, I think it's 37. I think it's 37 days old. Um, that's all I needed, Dustin. That's all I needed to know. Yep. I think right now it is 37 days old since sprigging. And this is before I cut it today. It was a little overgrown because it's been raining and I haven't been able to get out there to cut it. So I actually had to come in, cut it down with my Earthwise just to knock it down, take some off the top. And then I came back in with the Hudson for that nice, clean, precision cut on it. And as you can tell, like it is really filled in. I have zero complaints at all right now with the progress that it is making. And you can kind of see right here, the thinnest areas is right here along the edges. The edges are filling in. As you can see here, they're really starting to grow in. And I'm gonna get an edge on it this weekend. I'm gonna get a fresh line up this weekend. I'm gonna just let it grow in a little bit more. We've got an irrigation head here, and on the end, and those just tend to be the thinnest spots right now. But little area, I think y'all remember, I kind of left this area here pretty thin. When I was doing my sprigging, I almost went back to filling in, but I was like, hey, I'm gonna leave it slightly thin, and let's see how quickly it fills in and how long it takes to fill in. It's just a little bit behind all the rest of it, but not too far behind on it. And for the most part, once I flip to the pictures and you see it cut, you can't tell a whole lot of difference. Right here on the edges, they're starting to fill in. You can see these runners, Bermuda grass doing what Bermuda grass does, and this iron cutter is it is filling in quickly. And at this point, like I've got coverage, it's just about density at this point, and it is really starting to get some of that density to it. And if I can get on, if we can get the rain a little bit under control, which I'm fine with. This area is small. I cut it wet today. I just went on, blew the leaves off of it, blew some water off of it, hit the I hit it with my leveling rake, knocked some of the water off the surface and blew it, and then I just went on and gave it a mow because it was getting a little too tall, and I want to be able to keep it at this height of cut. Right now, it's probably at about an inch, a little over an inch, between an inch and a quarter, is where I'm currently cutting it. So you can see I got a little bit of nut sedge that's in there. Be honest with you, I'm not really worried about it too much right now. I'm really just want it to grow in and get established. We're just over 5 weeks since it was sprayed. So I could get ready to spray it if I wanted to. But to be honest, at this point, I looking at our weather pattern, it's like fall is coming early. I'm not sure if it's gonna stick around, but it's looking like fall is definitely coming early. We'll see. You never know. It'll get back to 95 degrees in 2 weeks, and stay like that for another 6 weeks. But right now, I'm gonna just let it be. As I keep it cut, like you can't even really tell the nut sedge and stuff is there as it starts to thicken up and get more dense. But this is one of the thinner areas that I was kind of worried about. It is one of the shadier areas, and it's also like somewhat of a low spot. So it's kind of been holding the area I was saying that was holding water. That's this area here. So I know I need to do some leveling in this area to get this at a proper grade. It really seems to hold water in this area, which is another reason why I also think is kind of a little bit behind on the rest of it, in addition to it's shadier and it doesn't get as much sun. But for the most part, still looking fairly good. Another close up just to kind of for you to see the density in that thinner area, but still pretty decent coverage in that area. And here on the edge, like right around my sprinkler heads, probably one of the thinnest areas here that I'm dealing with. As you can see, those sprigs and those runners are starting to fill in through that area and make sure that it's getting things like it needs to be. Around my other sprinkler head up closer, it's already filled in like all the way around this. Like it's starting to cover it up. The only thing you can really see is just just a pop up, which is gonna be pretty cool. Just that it's already starting to fill in and cover all of those areas. So it's gonna look pretty good. So after I finally got a cut on it, this is what we're looking like. As you can see, it was starting to get dark, so I had to hurry up and get a picture of it, just so I could have it to be able to show y'all. But you can see the comparison between they've got cool season grass here, and again, I did cut a lot of the color out of it because I definitely broke the 1/3 rule to get it back down to where it was probably 2 inches, 2.5 inches at least. No, it probably wasn't 2.5. It was probably two and a quarter, maybe. But I did take it back down to about an inch, between an inch and a quarter. So I took a good bit off of it. Definitely was more than the 1/3 rule. But it is looking good. Like look at the coverage that we've got, and like I said, just over 5 weeks on this grow in since sprigging. So one of the benefits of doing warm season at the right time of year. I'm a little bit late, so we can only imagine if I had have done this in like June. If I had a got sprigs on the ground beginning of June time frame, I mean, it would it looks good now, but I can tell every week that goes by, like it just improves. And we need some warmer weather. Like I need about 4 more weeks of like in the 90s is what I need. The daylight is starting to get a little shorter. The sun pattern is starting to change a little bit. But yeah, man, it is looking good. It is really looking good. I'm happy with where it's at right now. Another look at it, you can kind of see the stripes starting to come through. The little stripe action is definitely starting to come through. That Hudson is a mower that will put down a precision cut, like a precision cut. Like it is not a run of the mill manual type real mower. It's a reason why they use them on the golf courses and things. That mower will put down a really good cut, and I enjoy cutting with it. So you can see the density here, and now that we've cut it, like the little thinner areas through here, you can actually see they're a little bit low, which is why you get a little bit more color out of those areas. But it's got a good bit of leveling that I need to do to get things leveled out. So you can kind of see the comparison in color, cool season, warm season at this time of year. These are weeds and some common, a good bit of common that's through there also. But it's looking good. No complaints at all. Where we're at, and just a close up here of the density. So you can see it's really starting to fill in. It's really starting to get dense. That iron cutter, if I can stay on it a little bit more and get those frequent cuts on it, it's gonna do it. It's gonna do it a lot more justice. So I've been trying to make sure I'm cutting it at least every other day. Like I said, this time it went about 3 days, just because it was been raining. It's been raining here when I've been getting off work, so I haven't been able to get out and to cut it. But every other day, I'm getting a cut on it, and it's really starting to tighten up and fill in. So I'm enjoying the way this iron cutter is looking for sure, and y'all can definitely take a look at it. I definitely recommend it if you've got the sunlight for it and you've got cool season and it just continues to burn out every year, year in, year out. Like there's just I'm gonna be honest, I'm tired of fighting that battle all the time. Like it is I have watered this, and this is a grow in that's only like since I got it established and had probably 75% coverage all the way through. Like I've pulled the water back, and it's been surviving off of rain. Unless I made a fertilizer application, I would water it in. I haven't made any subs any other sprinkler or irrigation cycles other than watering in fertilizer, which is the only thing I've been putting on it is FeNiX. So getting that watered in. Other than that, it's been surviving, which we've been getting decent rain. That's all it's been getting. I've had to. We got pretty dry last week and the week before. I had to water my yard, all my cool season stuff. It was starting to check out. Like I was out there cutting it. I think I cut it on Saturday. I cut it on Saturday, and I looked at it and I was like, man. As I was cutting it, I was like, this just is dry. Like I probably shouldn't even be cutting it right now because it needs water. Like it is thirsty and needs water, and that Bermuda is over there cooking. Like it is, bring it on, bring it on. Like it is not worried about water. Like just give me some more food. Like give me some more food and some more sunlight. Like that's just one of the differences in the cool season grass and warm season. Like look at when you want your lawn to be green, when you want to be able to enjoy your lawn. Look at your sunlight. Like, look at how much sunlight you get. That's another big factor in being able to successfully grow Bermuda grass and have it perform at its best. It loves full sun, can tolerate some shade, but not a lot of shade. It does best in those full sun conditions. So just look at when you want your lawn to be green. That's the main thing. Throughout the summer, this Bermuda is gonna love it. It is gonna love it. Like right now, with the cooler temps starting to come in, with fall in front of us, uh, the cool season lawns are gonna start to bounce back. Like you get an overseed done, and these cool season lawns are come into September, October ish time frame. These these cool season yards are gonna be looking pretty good, and I can say that this Bermuda is probably gonna be slowing down and be on its way into dormancy. But it's just the growth pattern. Like it's the growth pattern. Figure out when you want your lawn to be green, what you want it to look like, and what your environmental conditions and things are. And hey, you can get it done. Pick the right grass type, put the right grass type in the right place. It'll make your lawn maintenance that much easier. So, at that point, that takes care of all the show and tell that I've got for us, and the things that we were going to talk about. So, um, got that taken care of, and we'll go ahead and I'm gonna jump over here, answer some questions. I ain't gonna keep y'all all night tonight. I'm gonna keep it moving, get in here and get out and see what y'all talking about over here in the chat. Boom, boom. This section of grass is pure heaven. I bet the iron cutter handles the cool temps just fine. Yeah, it does. Like I'm not worried about it surviving through the winter. I'm pretty sure it's gonna survive through the winter just fine. I'm expecting that my projection is still young, right? So it's only been established by the time we get into winter. It's only going to be established for 3-ish months, 2, 3-ish months. So it may go dormant a little earlier this year, just because of the fact that it's not as mature. But I think in subsequent years we may get it to stay. I think it's probably going to be green into the color may start to fade a little bit into like the Octoberish time frame. It'll definitely start slowing down in growth around that period of time, but I'll probably still have some fairly decent color. I think into October once they really get established. I think it'll depending on height of cut, and which I'm keeping it pretty low. I'm thinking it's probably gonna start greening up a late April time frame. Late April is probably gonna start to show some signs of in my area. Depending on what the weather does, I mean, we get one of those crazy warm springs. It may start to wake up before then. I know my dad down in North Carolina, end of February, his was already starting to green up. It was already starting to show. It was starting to throw off green shoots end of February with his iron cutter. So typically that's end of February. In Maryland, we're typically a month and a half, 2 months behind, like the North Carolina period of time. So I would. That's why I say probably late April is probably gonna be. I'm assuming. I mean, it all weather dependent, but I'm thinking late April ish time frame. It should be getting pretty woke up by that point in time, getting into May, she should be starting to get going. So we'll we'll see how that goes, and just 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 follow along. Like follow along. We'll all learn together, and how it's gonna perform. So we'll say it's a learning experience for me too. Growing in this area, I've been helping my dad on his renovation. This is its third season right now. So about to wrap up his third season. I told him get ready to put his last fertilizer application down. Probably get that down. I was just told him time it around some rain, get it down. He'll get his last application done, and we'll get ready to put his fall pre-emergent down here probably around Labor Day-ish time frame. Shortly after, get his fall pre-emergent taken care of. Keep all the pollen and all that stuff down throughout the winter, and then he'll be done. I think this year we put right around 6 applications on his yard, including it'll be two pre-emergents. One of those was a pre and a post combined application, which was in the spring, and then 4 fertilizer applications, and that's it. All granular, no fungicides, no water on it except for when we were trying to get it to recover from the sand leveling. He does absolutely no watering, no fungicides, and that yard looked pretty good all year long, all year long. So, and that's a half acre. We may have spent $250 on his lawn care program to manage a half acre. Like it, I spent way more on my cool season lawn to manage it with fungicide applications and all of that, not even counting water to be able to get on it. I spent way more than that on my 7,000 square feet. It, I mean, people talk about lawn care so expensive. It's so expensive. You pick the right grass type and you put the right grass type in the right place. It doesn't have to be expensive. Like it doesn't have to be expensive. There are ways to do it with the great genetics and cultivars that are out there, and making sure you're picking the right ones. And there are some cool season ones out there too that are definitely they can get away. They can use a lot less of the inputs. A lot of them from Mountain View Seed are the exact same way. Like they take less. Not to say that they can they can take Bermuda less, but I've ran my backyard on a pound of N like for the year. Like that was it. I had like a pound of N through the growing season that I applied to it, and it looked great. You couldn't tell any difference with the season that I ran a pound of N on it and the season that I ran 3 pounds of N on it. Couldn't tell a difference. Couldn't tell a difference. Except it didn't grow as fast. But if it looks good, you don't need it to grow crazy fast. Like that, it's. I mean, if it's looking good, I mean, you can maintain your height of cut better. It's not growing crazy. You don't have to be out there cutting it as much. There are benefits to that. There are benefits to that. Uh, Let me see. Catherine, yes, eventually I am going to overseed it with rye. I've got to let it established. Uh, I am, I got to read up and kind of talk to some people and see. Normally they say between 1 to 2 years of letting it get established before you start overseeding it. So I'm gonna talk to some people that have got a little more experience with it, and just kind of see when they started or when they recommend starting to be able to overseed it. But yeah, I do plan to be able to overseed it in the fall. So at that point, now I've got green year round. Like I've got that area that'll be green year round, uh, which is gonna be nice because that rye, that rye, when you cut it with that Hudson and it gets the striping, that rye looks good. Man, that rye looks good. The iron cutter looks good, but when you compare it to some rye in the fall and winter, it's it's hard to beat. It's it's hard to beat that rye when it's striped up like that time of year. But yeah, I do plan, and it'll give me an opportunity. Mountain View Seed has some annual ryes that are meant to transition, are meant for overseeding, and they are meant to transition out easier. They've got better color. They've got some really dark green color in them. So it'll give me a chance to kind of try some of those out and see how they perform and my overseedings and things like that. I was able to look at a couple of those while I was out at the field day, and they have some pretty good color. Like they are dark. They are dark green. I would say they're probably darker green than the rye that I had installed previously before I put the Bermuda in. Those it was dark. I can't remember. I can't remember right off the top of my head what cultivar that was. It might have been Black Pearl, maybe. I don't know. I don't know why Black Pearl is sticking out in my head, but yeah, I eventually plan to overseed it. Okay, you got latitude 36 and it stays green to almost Halloween. Yeah, yeah, not growing. Like I said, yep, I agree. Like typically during that period of time when it gets that late into the season, it ain't gonna be growing much. But hey, it still might be green. So we'll see. We'll see what it does this year. Like I said, I think it may go dormant a little early this year just because it's so young and not as established. But we'll see how it turns out. Did you use any seed cover after overseeding? Do I use any seed cover after overseeding? No, I do not. Especially if I'm overseeding. If I'm overseeding, you've already got cover. You've already got a seed cover there with your existing lawn, depending on how thick or dense your lawn is. But if your lawn's in good condition, um, and you've got decent coverage that's there, there's not really a need to put a covering over it because you've already got your existing grass canopy that's there. If your lawn is really thin and you don't have that existing grass canopy there, and you're doing more something more like a closer to a bare ground seeding, I just recommend incorporating that seed into the soil, whether that's using aerification or using a garden weasel or running a sun joe across it to incorporate that seed into the soil. That's what I would recommend doing. I don't really use seed coverings with my seeding projects. I've made 4 or 5 different videos on me not using a seed covering and renovations and all of those bare ground or overseeding have turned out amazing without using a seed covering. I personal personal choice and opinion. I with the price of like peat moss and stuff like that costs, shoot, man, you can spend more in peat moss than you can on your seed if you're depending on what size lawn you're dealing with. Uh, it does help it hold moisture. Seed coverings do help hold moisture and all of that. But I just say dial in your irrigation, dial in your watering, and let it ride. Incorporate that seed into the soil, dial in your watering, and you'll be just fine. Uh, I've been trying to find. looking like a 4 hour trip for you to get some iron cutter. Man, I hate to hear that for you, but at the time I did it for my dad. It was I drove it all the way from Maryland. It was a 5 hour trip. Within the U-Haul, it was more like a 6, 7 hour trip because it was loaded. Uh, Probably not properly loaded either. So yeah, I think it ended up taking me like 6 hours. It took me like 6 hours to get there. So I drove it all the way from Maryland to North Carolina because that was the only place that I could find sprigs at the time. Because the side farm in North Carolina at the time when I did it, neither one of them had sprigs because they were just getting their fields and stuff established. So yeah, man, they are working on getting more growers out there. That is one of the things that MVP and I talked to Adam about it. And he was like, "Yep, like we're continuing to expand and get more growers out there as the demand is starting to increase for it." So they are continuing to expand on that, but it's I think you'll be happy with it. I think you'll be happy with the decision to be able to go out there and make the trip and get it. Dustin's like I'd say it'd be be worth the trip. Yeah, man, I agree. I think you'll be happy with it. I think you'll be happy with it for sure. Last question. Go for it. No, I do not feel like aeration is necessary every year. Not at all. Yep, you end up with more pork. But I mean that's highly possible. When you aerate, I mean you are bringing up those weed seeds. Well, you could be, because the soil has a seed bank of seeds that are in there. Some of them are deeper down in the soil. You go there and you aerate. You pull those up. You put them on top. Now it's starting to those seeds are starting to get sunlight, water, and all of that. And next thing you know, you've got new stuff germinating that was buried deep down that you didn't have to worry about previously. I have not aerated my lawn in 3 years now. I think it's been 3 years since I last aerated my lawn. Yeah, I think this will probably be the this. I think this will be 3 years since I've aerated my lawn. I got a nice new aerator that I haven't even put on my own lawn. It's not new; it's used, but I haven't even put my own aerator on my own lawn because I haven't aerated in yeah, in 3 years. I pulled it out and aerated the test plot when I was doing the renovation, just because I was trying to loosen up the soil and open it up. And I will say, after I aerated, I've never seen goosegrass over in that area, but I did see. I have had a couple plants of goosegrass come up that I've never seen in that test plot area. Uh, yeah, not to say that it didn't come from the sprigs that I brought in. That could be possible. That it could have came from there. Could have came from aeration. Could have already been in the soil. A lot of different factors there, but um, just a data point. I do not feel like aeration is required every year, especially in a home lawn situation. This is good. We move uh right into the questions for the fall lawn prep. So yeah, we y'all are moving me right along to where I wanted to go because that was the next conversation. Boom boom boom. Being in Lexington, but I don't think that's a side farm. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I hope you can find that closer. I hope you can find it closer. If you can't, I would say that it's probably still gonna be well worth the trip to go do it when you make your renovation. Like I think you will be very happy with the iron cutter. Uh, A lawn reno with granite KBG. That's interesting. I don't know if I recommend. I don't think I recommended granite KBG to you because, to be honest, I don't think I've ever heard of it. Um, I don't know. Sorry. I hope I didn't recommend you doing a renovation uh to full KBG. Not sure if I'm a fan of doing full KBG, and I'm not familiar with that cultivar. So hopefully that wasn't on me, but if it was, I apologize. Sorry you lost your whole yard to fungus this year. But now you're doing iron cutter in the spring. There you go. Go for it. Go for it. I think with that iron cutter, you will have a lot less, as long as you've got the sunlight. And people, that's one of the things that I keep saying, and I intentionally keep saying it. You need to have enough sunlight for it. You need to have enough sunlight for Bermuda grass. As I'm not just gonna say iron cutter, but Bermuda grass, warm season grasses, they need sunlight. So just make sure, as long as you've got, and a lot of you do. A lot of you are full sun and you're tired of your cool season lawns burning up every summer, or your water bill is out the roof and you're just tired of it. Like, I get it. I'll be honest. I am too. Like uh if I had enough sunlight in my front yard, all of my front yard would be all of, I don't know. I don't know if I would do the front or the back. If I had enough sunlight in my backyard would probably be all iron cutter. The reason I would do my backyard, because it would be the play place. Like, it would legit be the play area. We can do anything we want on it. We could enjoy it and rip and run and do whatever and not have to worry about it. But I just don't have enough sunlight. I really don't. That area where I have the iron cutter at right now is probably the best full area, right? Like the full area. I got sections of my front and backyard that would do great. Like, I've got sections of both my front and backyard that are full sun. But then I've got another 30% of it that's heavily shaded. Like, so not really trying to have the mix of the two. And to be honest, the area over in the test plot, it may become Blue Muta. It may become a Blue Muta plot. If you haven't heard of it before, it is the mix of Bermuda and KBG. So the area down closest to the sidewalk, it gets a lot of shade. It gets a fair amount of shade. I'm gonna let it go all next year, see how it performs, and it may end up getting overseeded and become blue muted because of the amount of shade that the area down by the sidewalk gets. We're going to see how the Bermuda performs. I want to see how it's going to perform, how it's going to go through the winter, how it's going to come out, how it's going to perform through the next summer. Maybe it's going to be fine, but we'll find out. There's a lot of we'll find out on that test plot, which is why I call it the test plot. So yeah, I think you'll be happy with the iron cutter. I think you'll be happy. I plan on doing overseeding on Labor Day with Obsidian from Twin City. Okay, Twin City typically has some good seeds. I don't know what cultivars are in that Obsidian, but I'm pretty sure it's they've probably got some good cultivars in there. I don't have anything against Twin City or the guys over there at the lawn feed. They typically uh, they've got some good cultivars and stuff in there. So Obsidian, grassy. Let's see what's in there. Um, Twin City Seed, Obsidian. Oh, it's a perennial ryegrass blend. Okay. Perennial ryegrass blend. Let's see if they say what cultivars are in it. Oh, Fireball Hat Trick. Fireball Hat Trick is what they've got in there. Stay on your fungicides. Stay on your fungicides next year, and is what I would say. I think Fireball and Hat Trick are good cultivars. They are a little weaker in the in the disease area. Not sure where you're located, but if you're in one of those transition zones where it's hot and humid and all of that, just make sure you stay up on your fungicides next year with those two cultivars of ryegrass. Do you think detach and scarify is worth it for an overseed? I do. Um, Typically, I that's all I'll do is I'll go through power rake, detach, whatever you want to call it. I'll run it through, and if you're doing an overseed, I definitely recommend it because it kind of opens up that canopy, that grass canopy, to be able to let that seed get down in there, get good seed to soil contact. Opens up a little bit of space in there. I don't think you have to scarify and dethatch. You can just run your, if you got a Sunjoe or a dethatcher, whichever, or if you got a rent one, just run a dethatcher through there, thin it out a little bit, open that canopy up, creates a little bit of space for that new grass to actually come up and grow. So I think it's beneficial. I actually think that is better than aeration, which is what I've been doing the past 3 years that I haven't aerated. Is I've just been running the dethatcher through there, and then come right behind that overseed, and I'm done. That's it. That's been my process. Even though I haven't overseeded my front yard in haven't overseeded it in probably 3 years, almost 3 years. It may need a good amount of spot seeding this year, though. It's gonna need some spot seeding in my front and backyard this year for sure. All right. Had a rough season. Had to kill off. Man, Dallas grass and goose grass. Yeah, man, those are two tough ones. Dallas grass and goose grass are. Yeah, you got two tough ones. Uh, why Tahoma? Well, I forgot. Why Tahoma 30? Why not Tahoma 31? What made you choose Iron Cutter? So my reasoning, from what I could tell from my eyes, Iron Cutter had a better color, a better leaf texture that I liked and preferred, and from the cold tolerance standpoint, uh, just from the research and things that just talking to some people that's been using it for a while, uh, they said they feel that the Iron Cutter has a better cold tolerance and comes out of winter dormancy earlier than the Tahoma. So big thing for me that I saw was leaf texture and also color, like just natural color from the genetics. Those are some factors for me. Uh, haven't actually managed Tahoma before, uh, but just from the visuals and the things and just talking to people, those are some of the things that I was able to notice and kind of what helped me make my decision. Cool. I've been asked that a lot too. I've been I've been asked that a number of times. Which one is which one is why did I choose Iron Cutter over Tahoma? Yep, Dustin. He said I made my bed with the latitude 36. Cold Hardy Bermuda, not as dark as Iron Cutter, but yep, this stuff doesn't care about the heat. Yeah. There's some good cultivars out there right now. There's some real good cultivars out there. What I would like to do is I want to seed some Rio. Like I want to see Rio, which is the seeded Bermuda grass from MVP Mountain View Seed. Uh, that I want to seed some of that and compare that to what it looks like compared to the iron cutter. Uh, I've seen plugs and small plots of the Rio, but I haven't seen like a lawn size plot of Rio. So I would actually like to. I'm debating on asking my dad if he wants to kill off like his side plot or his side yard, and let's seed that next year with Rio, and then it'll be front yard iron cutter Rio kind of going down the side. You can't really see the two at the same time, especially like not from the front yard unless you're like in his yard, like right on the edge of where like you got to be on like the side of the house to be able to see both of them at the same time. So if they looked a little different, I don't think anybody would really be able to notice it. But I would like to be able to compare the two. I'd like to be able to see how they perform, see what the differences and stuff are between the Rio and the Iron Cutter. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Oh yeah, Dustin. You've got full sun in the front yard and the back. Yeah, yeah, man. Having full sun. That's all you need for some Bermuda sunlight, sunlight, food, and mow it. Sun, fert, and mow it. Like that's really all you need for Bermuda to thrive. Would you spray tenacity while overseeding? I wouldn't, especially not for an overseed. I know a lot of people do it. I know a lot of people do it. I've never done it. I'm not really a fan of it. Only time I use tenacity is if I'm doing a bare ground seeding, and I don't really use that. I don't use it very often then either. But the only time I really do use tenacity is with the bare ground seeding. Not gonna say you can't. Not saying that you can't. Just my approach. My approach a lot of times are different than what a lot of your other recommendations that you may get. I think some of the things that people do to try to prevent like weeds and things like that. I mean, you're maybe gonna get 14 days of protection from using tenacity, and then the weeds have already come up anyway. Like then the weeds are gonna start coming up 14 days later. And if that's the case, you're not going to be able to spray them again. What are you going to have to do? You're going to have to wait till your new seed matures, and then you're going to have to spray it with a post emergent. So, what was really the point of putting down the tenacity if you're still going to have to spray it with, potentially still have to spray it with a post emergent once your lawn matures enough? Why not just wait and spray it with a post emergent, or just wait until the weeds die off in the fall and get your pre emergent down in the spring and do a cleanup then? Uh, I don't see a whole lot of value in it, especially with an overseed. So, uh, got Bermuda invading my fescue, but it grows. Yep. I've noticed since I've started talking about Bermuda more and I've started mentioning it more, there's a lot of people out there that are really interested and really on the fence about going to Bermuda from their cool season. They're just nervous. Like they're just a little nervous and not really quite sure because it's unknown territory to them, which was with the same thing with me when I started doing it. When I did my pops renovation, like I didn't really know much about Bermuda. Like I had to go study up on it. I had to go read some stuff on it. I had to go get some experience with it, and just do it. But now that I've kind of been working with it for a while, I've formulated an approach for it. I formulated an opinion. Um, I've got I won't call it evidence, but I got uh, the experience of what has worked for me and what hasn't worked for me, either from a renovation standpoint or from a management standpoint on the iron cutter, Bermuda. So, like, I think there's a lot of people out there that are really on the fence, just like you, where you're tired of getting destroyed every single year in your cool season, and like every single year is it looked great for from maybe April to June, or maybe you made it to July, and then it just looks downhill from there. And then you want your lawn to still continue to be looking green while the weather is nice. But now it looks terrible. Like so, I get it, man. I get it. That's when I'm not really trying to convince everybody that hey, you need to go to Bermuda. Don't use cool season because I still love my cool season. I still love it. It's just a little more finicky. It's just a little more touchy. It's a little more high maintenance than Bermuda. And what I'm hearing from a lot of the people, the homeowners, is that they're just tired of so much of the maintenance. Like they're tired of the constant maintenance, and they're tired of the financial investment year after year, and they're still not happy with the way that their lawn looks. Um, and I, yeah, I just want to provide both sides of it, and I can do that in my lawn now because I've got warm season that I can show during different periods of the year, and we can compare. Hey, this is what warm season is doing right now. This is what it's looking like, and then we can walk right across the driveway or to the backyard and say, hey, this is what the cool season is looking like. This is what it's doing. This is what I've applied to it, and those type of things. So, I just want to be a resource and kind of trying to just provide options, just so people have that information so that they can then make the best decision that fits for them. And it's not a one size fits all in making that decision. Uh, Been dead set on that iron cutter. I get it. Yeah, man. I I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. We've been growing it for almost 4 years now, and put some holy water on it and oversee. Yeah, nobody's been able to. Yeah, I mean, I really think it's a grassy weed, is what I think it was. I looked at the video that you sent, and when you sent it to me, I think I responded to you on YouTube. That's what I really like. I was already leaning towards. I've seen something similar to that before, and I really think that's what it was. It looked like grass, like your good grass, but it was really a grassy weed that tended to grow a lot faster and get taller. And then when you cut it, like it just shredded. Like it didn't give you a clean cut on it, which is why I was like, I really think it might be a weed. I couldn't tell you which one it is, but I think it's probably a weed and not your good grass, especially with the way that it was in splotchy areas. It wasn't just like uniform all the way across. So yeah, yeah, I don't know which one it is. So I'm more than likely holy water. Go ahead and knock it out and reseed it, and you should be all right. Not to say it ain't gonna come back eventually, but it should get it out of there for the most part. Uh, yeah, Tanasa really just riding along. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, got hit with grubs in your first season. Yeah, it's rough. It's a learning process, man. It's a learning process. Uh, when to put things down, when to, what insects you're really going to be dealing with. I'm gonna knock on wood. Grubs really isn't one that I've had to deal with. So yeah, learning your lawn season after season, you'll get a program together, and that's one of the things that I say is kind of record what you did, kind of record what you experienced during certain periods at a time during the season, and then that way you can refer back to that the next year, and you can at the beginning of the season you can kind of put together a lawn plan, put together a outline of, hey, this is when I saw this. All right, so I should probably make sure I get my grub application down during the right period prior to that, so I don't have to deal with that. Or maybe I started seeing disease pressure around this time. I need to make sure I'm watching the weather pattern and the weather conditions a little bit before that, seeing if the conditions are right for me to make sure I start applying my fungicides. Like all of those things, kind of year after year, they build on each other to allow you to make that program and to get that lawn established. And the more that it matures, the more that you're really gonna have to do less. And like you're gonna dial in your program. You're still gonna have to pay attention to the environmental conditions. That's one of the big things that you're always fighting in the lawn is them changing environmental conditions. Like they, it's almost like no year is exactly like the previous year. Like there's always a difference in how the weather pattern is. But just make sure you're paying attention to that. Start putting you together a lawn plan for you to be able to follow, and things that you're experiencing in the lawn. Just write them down, put them in a Google Note or something on your phone. I know that's how I've got mine. Just stuff that I'm noticing when I made my applications, what applications I made, what rates I used, and all of that kind of stuff. So, see what else we got. Yeah, I mean that's what I started with. Mark was the blades, but then also I looked at the picture and I saw that all the other grass blades around it was cut just fine. Like they were cut just fine. So that's why I was kind of like, maybe it's a weed that's growing up faster than the other ones and is not really getting cut properly. And it's not necessarily your good grass. It's really a weed that's growing in there and to make it look like that. So yeah, that's like I said, I've sort of seen something like that before, but I wasn't able to identify the weed or what was really causing it. But I could tell that it wasn't the same grass as what you were as the rest of the main part of the lawn. Gotcha. He's like afraid to do the whole yard front and back. can definitely pull it off. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, man. It having the right amount of sunlight and just putting it in the right places is a big thing with Bermuda. So yeah, just kind of evaluate that before you make the decision and pull that trigger. What are my thoughts on pre-germination? Um, I mean, it works. It works. I'm not sure. Uh, I'm not necessarily. I think it's a good amount of work to to do it. I mean, to try to catch the timing on it right. I'll say this: I've never done it. I know it works. I get it, and I get how it works. Uh, it just seems like getting it spread out correctly and getting it spread out properly is the hardest part to it. And I haven't seen a very good definitive way of being able to get it spread out really good like that. So I know it works. I mean, some people are up for doing it. They've gotten great results out of it. I just don't think it's not high on my priority list. I want to do it just to say I've done it and kind of see what happens. But when you've got seed like Mountain View seed that's germinating in 4 or 5 days, I mean, how much more time are you going to save? I mean, if you if you're already getting germination in 4 or 5 days on fescue or KBG, like the 365 SS, like it still germinated in like 5 days. It was like 5 6 days on the 365 SS. Like I've germinated some of it by itself just to see how fast it was really going to germinate. Germination was in like 5 days on the 365 SS. I've seen germination on the cultivars, the tall fescue cultivars in like 4 days. Ryegrass for Mountain View seed has germinated in like 3.5 days. Like when you're getting germination that fast, how much? Yes, you can save some water. Agreed on it that you can save some water, but if you're really looking at time, I mean it just doesn't. Like I got 5 days. Hopefully, the man upstairs continues. I have enough patience to wait 5 to 6 days. I just do. That's kind of my approach on it. So pre-German to me really isn't high on yep, that's I 100% recommend it, and yep, you should be out there germinating your seeds and all of that, because I just think it's easy enough just to throw it in the spreader, put it on the ground. If you're doing an overseed, water it, and you got a quality seed like the Elm Street Elite blend that I've got, or any of the other Mountain View seed cultivars, or any of the ones from Twin City. Like 4 or 5, I mean, you get germination in 4 or 5 days. Like you just got to have a little bit of patience. That's all. And it ain't a lot of patience. I ain't saying you got to have a lot of patience. I'm just saying you got to have a little bit of patience to make sure that it works. So that's my opinion on it. Okay, you going down with the Artemis and Elm Street? Yep, I appreciate that. Yep, got to get that ground, man. Yeah, ground prep is you need to be mentally ready for that. That is the hardest part of it. Like that, the ground prep is the most important part, next to watering, and it's really the most difficult part because by the time you get into putting down seed and fert and all of that, hard work's over. Hard work's over after that. whether you're doing an overseed or a full renovation. Like when you get to the seeding point, you in the short rows. You're in the short rows. Yeah, time spent on pre-german versus just putting it on the ground. It's up to you. Yeah, like that. That's I'm with you on that one, Dustin. It yeah, I got a little bit of patience. I got I got a little bit of patience to give it. It's just pretty easy for me to just get the seed down, pour it in the spreader, get the seed on the ground, put the water to it, and it comes up. Like it comes up. Okay. Here's here's Slam that said he's used or he or she, I don't know, they have used um Morganite as a pretty good carry. Done it before, but honestly wouldn't do it again. I've heard that a number of times. I've heard that before. They was like, "Yep, I tried it. I did it. Yep, I'm probably not gonna do that again." All right, so y'all can let me know if you got any other questions. We are just over an hour, coming up on an hour and a half. We gonna get ready to slide out of here. Um, Again, like I said, seed is available. Make sure you call in. Check out the information is down in the description of this. When if you are watching a replay, I'll make sure that I get that added to it because I don't think it posts with the live stream, but it'll be down in the description. Also, the link to the fertilizer. We got that good FeNiX. If you want to, oh, okay, gotcha. Oh yeah, you swapped up on me. Oh, you changed your screen nation. Gotcha. All right. Um. Uh. Yeah, but we got that FeNiX down there. Link will be down in the description for you to be able to pick that up. That's it's gonna be a great. I'm gonna do a lot of feeding with that in the fall. Definitely on the lawn. I also use some spoon feeding in the fall. As we get into the latter part of the fall, I'll be spoon feeding just like I did with the during the summer with the AMS. So I'll be spraying some AMS in the fall, doing some spoon feeding, and most of my most of my end that's going to be going down this fall is going to come from FeNiX. So, all right, y'all. I don't see any other questions or anything in here. I appreciate y'all joining me. Hope y'all have enjoyed some of the videos that have come out. A little different, just kind of taking y'all around the lawn and things like that, letting you see. A lot of updates and stuff have been coming out on the iron cutter. So I've actually got a video on my trip to Oregon that I'm working on. That'll be coming out, and also sand leveling my pops. We sand leveled about probably about 10,000 square feet of my pop's lawn. So I will be releasing a video on that, and then we'll be talking some videos that's going to cover fall kind of lawn preparations and things like that. I'll probably try and get that one out here shortly, just so as y'all get ready for y'all Labor Day or very soon thereafter overseeds and things like that. But go back and check the videos out from last fall and the previous fall. If you're in that preparation and you're trying to get that info, you're trying to get ready, get your mind right. So you can go check those videos out. Those are on the channel. As I've been around here, YouTube reminded me that I've been on YouTube for 5 years now. So I've got 5 years of content that's out there, and hopefully y'all are enjoying the content. I'll keep bringing it to you, and I appreciate your support. Thank you for y'all tuning in. Thank y'all for purchasing the seed and the fertilizer, supporting the We Working team. we're here for y'all, and we're trying to bring y'all as much information and quality products as we can. So we appreciate it. Thank y'all for joining. And as we always say, just know we work.